Now, the Master, tired of being defeated by the Doctor, opens up the portals to the universes outside of the WHONIVERSE. And he searches for villains from all forms of geekdom. We're talking Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, you name it, everything out there. The Master is trying to finally defeat the Doctor once and for all, and he's thinking outside of the box, or I should say outside of the WHONIVERSE, to do this. Well, our panelists get to assemble the team to help the Doctor stop the Master. But I get to assemble the rest of the story. Hello, fellow Whovians. My name is Christian Basil. This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS. Took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend. And hello, fellow Whovians. Welcome again to another edition of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We're going to have a fun little show today. My name's Christian Basil, and I'm going to introduce my panelists to you. They're going to be helping me out today. Hopefully, we got a few more coming in. I know we're having some technical issues with some friends out there, so hopefully they'll be joining us very shortly. To my left, that worked. That usually messes up. Yeah, there we go. To my left, I want to introduce Mike Faber from the Earth Station Who podcast. How you doing there, Mike?
Muted. That's how.
It would be great if I wasn't muted. I would be awesome right there. But it is so good to be here. This is going to be a fun one. When you put out the call for, who would the Doctor try to get to fight the Master from across the universes? It's pretty awesome. It's a great idea.
This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very popular or a complete disaster. Momentarily there. And folks, if you want to go ahead, bring up in the chats, just type in, if you're watching us on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, on the Twitch channel, you can just type in anything, just like Mr. Carl Witzman, the user of Spets are in the chat there. And his lovely wife, Carleen, says, for sure, Carl. Well, that was great. Welcome. And going down to the bottom left, that's Dave from the rathole.ca. Hello, Dave. Welcome back again.
Hello. I'm doing great. I am unfortunately temporarily out of my normal streaming space, so it'll be interesting if I sound a little bit funny. That's why. Oh,
okay, that's fine. We got the echo thing going, but we're fine. We can hear you good.
All right, thank you.
No, you're fine there. And we want to say hello to some folks. Akisha Smale, hello there. And we also have Ernesto Casta. I'm sorry, Ernesto, I'm going to butcher it. I'm not going to even try. Welcome, Lexi Bliss. Thank you all for joining us here on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. For all of our friends at Wizard World, thank you again for joining us there. Speaking of joining us, I've got the lovely Mr. Mark Muncie of Erie, Florida. How you doing there, Mark?
Fantastic. Welcome from all things Erie, Florida here. So we're enjoying a nice cool winds down here for the Master's 50th birthday. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's right. He does turn. Has he turned 50 or he is
just
50?
Yesterday?
Just yesterday, he's 50. So that is the first appearance of Mr. Roger Delgado as the first Master, or well, if you believe in the timeless children, where that might not even be the case anymore. So yes, I was out there. And hello, Fatma from Sweden. Thank you for joining us tonight. There, wow, we're getting everywhere. Hello, Laura. Hello from Jesse, my y'all, and.
This is pretty awesome being here tonight because, it's a little bit of a distraction of the silly election we have going on here in Georgia.
Oh, okay. That's right. You're in Georgia. Oh, my goodness there. Speaking of silly distractions, and I've got to say this, when the media can't tell you if a person is deceased or not. And God bless her, I don't even know. I can't even tell you if she's alive or dead right now. I'm just like, I can't believe it there.
Was it Don Coscarelli, the director of Beastmaster, shared it yesterday morning?
Yeah.
And that was like, that hit me. And I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm like, this is a legit source. So I shared it. I was like, oh my gosh. And then, and then suddenly 2 hours later, oh, she's not dead. It was, but now she is again, apparently. So
would you be upset about that? I've heard the background stories, and to tell you the truth, I don't even know if that's the truth. I just know that, things are happening, and is she dead? Is she not dead? I feel bad for people who got that acknowledgement, and then at the last minute, things have changed out there.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I can't imagine. That's you talk about misinformation.
Exactly.
Well, feel for their families and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just got the news, and then all of a sudden, we were just a little. Well, I digress. Let's get back. We're going to be having some fun tonight.
Yep.
I'm going to be. Let me go ahead and reread what's going on tonight out here. We're going to be doing something. We did something last year around October. We called it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the episode was like Doctor Who versus the Monsters, which was Doctor Who versus all the Halloween monsters that you could think of outside of the Whoniverse. They could not bring in one monster that resided in the Whoniverse. It had to be something completely different, like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, trying to think, aliens, whatever, any monster that the Doctor had to face. And we had a little bit of a good time. So we're actually kind of duplicating. I wanted to say, hey, we're going to expand it on a bigger level, take it really big. So I said, you know what, let's go out to the universe, the Geekdom world, and just pull everything in. So how we're going to, yes, exactly, Dave. How we're going to do this is, I noticed that you you got the dice. Can I pull up the dice? Yeah, we can see the dice.
Oh,
that's a little
the randomness of destiny.
Now I'll explain to you what this dice means for me. What's going to be happening is, again, for just those of you just joining us, and yes, happy 50th birthday, Master, since we are talking about you. The Master has been tired of being defeated by the Doctor over and over and over again. So the Master thinks outside the box, thinks outside the Whoniverse, and goes to the actual universe of Geekdom. So everything, all your favorite shows, all your favorite movies, all your favorite comics are in play right now there. What I have done is all of the three gentlemen, and hopefully we'll be having more people in there. Hopefully we've gotten over the technical issues. These three gentlemen have picked the army that the Doctor is going to summon from our universe to help fight the Master. What these three guys don't know is I am going to continue the story. Each gentleman is going to have about 3 to 4 minutes to embellish just as to why they picked the person they did. And then after which, we're going to have a discussion about what we just witnessed and saw. And I'll explain to you in just a minute what we're talking about over here. Just by chance, since I got Mike over here to my left, we're going to start with Mike. So we're going to start off with you. And this is how the game's going to work over there. Let me pull up my list.
Okay. I'm ready for this one.
You got it there. So, Mike, I do apologize. I'm going to have to do it this way. Dave did something for me, and we'll show it a little bit later. But the army that you assembled, tell us a little bit about the army that you pulled up out here.
Oh, the army that I pulled up for putting me on the spot there, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Well, of course, the first one I had when I was thinking about it, I thought, wouldn't it be really awesome to assist the Doctor against an army of some kind, the ultimate spy, the ultimate person who can go undercover, who, has all the gadgets you could ever think of. Who am I thinking about? Of course, James Bond.
And not just any James Bond. You told me Sean Connery's James Bond.
Of course, because he was the most suave, and he was the first one that you think but it depends on the order now you go on, because it could be Daniel Craig's was the first one.
Right. But in this particular battle to save the save the Doctor, we're pulling in Sean Connery's James Bond. Who else did you also pull into your entourage?
I also pulled in Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, okay. I don't have the picture of Sherlock, but we're just going to say Sherlock Holmes for the sake of it there. But tell us, which Sherlock would you pull in?
I was thinking about that. I'm going to go for Sherlock, the Cumberbatch version.
The Cumberbatch version? Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, because he's more, a little more modern, and he's more probably adept to things that strange things, aliens and monsters and stuff. Because he with his trips of fancy with the drugs and everything. So it would be very interesting, and it's a Moffat story anyway.
With the drugs. That's interesting. Gotcha. Speaking of strange things, you also have another recruit in your arsenal to help the Doctor. Who would that be?
I picked 11 from Stranger Things.
All righty. Why do we pick 11? Why is she up front and center there?
Because she has the power to basically move things with her mind, and I just think that would be a great defensive weapon to be able to stop armies if she needed to. As she gets older, she's even getting more and more powerful, and it's just it was an easy fit.
Okay, so we got Sherlock Holmes, we got James Bond, Sean Connery, and we have 11. Is there anybody else in your arsenal that you would like to add at this time?
At this time?
Yes.
Well, let's go for good old Clark Kent, Superman.
Clark Kent, Superman. Okay, so we're gonna add Superman. So we got the Man of Steel, 11, Sherlock Holmes, and I think we got everybody going there. So without further ado, this is what you're gonna do, Mike. What I haven't told you guys is this. You're going to randomly pick the Doctor that they're teaming up with, but I have not told you which Doctor. So you're going to pick a number between 1 and 16 that we're going to pair with. And what Dave is going to do with the randomness of Destiny dice, he's going to tell us which villain you're going to be taking on that the Master has teamed up with. Now, keep in mind, it was a little bit of the silliness because the Master doesn't understand our universe. So some of the selections of villainy might be interesting. Some of it may be good. Some of it may be bad. But we'll check it out over there. So without further ado, Mike, and I'm just going to let you know right now, because of the numerics doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get that Doctor. So if you say 8, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get Paul McGann. So pick a number between 1 and 16.
I'm going to go for lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. So Sherlock Holmes, 11. Superman, and who else am I missing?
James Bond.
James Bond are going to be teaming up to stop the Masters. The 8th Doctor is going to be your leader out there. Now, without further ado,
I could see that. I could actually see that. Yeah, I really could.
Gotcha there. So, Dave, without further ado, roll that dice and tell us which villain we're going to be going at, which villain is going to be coming up. Number 10.
Actually, 17. Sorry.
Oh, 17. Okay.
Bad angle. 17.
Okay. I was really hoping you would say 10.
It's 10.
So I'm going to say 10.
10.
All right, Mike. The army that the Doctor is going to be going up that you selected, the Master has decided to join forces with none other than Loki.
Oh, Superman and magic doesn't work. Doesn't work. Oh,
so now,
man.
Gentlemen, we got a few minutes over here. We've got the army that Mike has assembled. I've got the story. How do you think this all plays out in real time? We got Superman. We got 11. How do you think it's going to play out in our universe? I have stumped you all.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we could all jump in.
No, you can jump in. You can all jump in there.
Yes.
No, definitely. I see. Right now, Loki, the Master and Loki are plotting in the big building.
Yeah.
Bond is infiltrating and overhearing because he's in the ventilation shaft somehow, in the tux, because he rode up the side of the building on top of the elevator. He's got to do the Diamonds Are Forever thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
So he's overhearing all this. So he's relaying that back to the Doctor. Right. And the Doctor has got, who's he got with him? He's got
11. He's got
Sherlock
Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock's going to be figuring out the strategy here because he's the chess player. He's the master, 3 moves ahead, Moriarty. But I think that's when they're going to need 11 to counter any supernatural means that Loki pulls up, because she'll be able to use her psychic abilities to counter that. And then Superman just, takes care of the Master with one punch.
So the problem is
Superman.
Superman is knocked out pretty much from Loki because that's Superman's big weakness is he can't do anything against magic.
Yep.
And so it's pretty amazing if you think about that. That Superman could lift the whole building up, but Loki could put a magic force field that he can't get in or something like that.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking 11 would be the counter to Loki there, because her powers are kind of undefined there. So she's got reality bending, almost like Scarlet Witch style. So
exactly.
Gotcha there. So you guys see how the game is played. Dave and Mark, you're going to be up, but first we got a commercial break. When we return, we're going to continue to please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend. Here we go. We're going to a commercial break because we got to pay bills.
Bateman.
What's the Bateman?
A novel set in Florida, written by Florida author D.L. Havlin. Suspense, mystery, and murder.
Evidence is in the bait.
The Bateman is available at local bookstores and online.
Deborah Parmley's Jenna's Christmas Wish.
Santa, if there's one thing I want for Christmas more than anything, it's someone to spend Christmas with. Someone who really wants me to be there.
Head to the mountains of East Tennessee with romance author Jenna Hart for a Christmas writer's workshop. Since her mother passed after a long illness, Jenna has had one wish. She doesn't want to spend Christmas alone. Meeting Niccolo Maldini, cover model and actor, could make more than Jenna's Christmas wish come true. Unless Ember, Niccolo's ex-girlfriend, does something crazy to stop them from being together. It's a mountain Christmas romance you won't want to miss in Deborah Parmley's Jenna's Christmas Wish. Now on Amazon.com. Jackie Sonnenberg's My Soul to Keep is a ghost story rooted in the realities of actual cults. When 13-year-old Sky Monroe arrives at her new boarding school, all she can think about is death and connecting with the afterlife. Soon she discovers her school's spirituality group, the Guardians of Light, and they have a secret. They can speak with the dead, and the organization is a cult. But this isn't Sky's only problem. The campus house where Sky resides is haunted, and even the ghosts have an agenda. They intend on getting the souls they want. Filled with mystery and intrigue plucked straight from the headlines, author Jackie Sonnenberg's research and attention to detail give this ghost story an even more eerie atmosphere. Find My Soul to Keep on Amazon.com today.
Once again, thank you all for joining us, our friends over at Wizard World, wherever you're watching us at The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Don't forget to subscribe over at Facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS. But if you're watching us on the YouTube channel, Twitch, or anywhere that you're watching in live stream, don't thank us. Thank our friends at GeekInsider.com.
At Geek Insider, we foster relationships with those in the geek sphere so we can give our audience the insider view of entertainment, tech, and more.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. I am here with Mike Faber from Earth Station Who. I'm with Dave from the Rat Hole. I am with Mark Muncy from Erie, Florida, and I'm hoping we got some technical issues taken care of. I'm also bringing in James Henshaw from Geek to Me Radio. Can you hear us okay, James?
I can, finally, yes. Sorry about that.
Okay, good.
Hi, guys.
Gotcha. James, did you get to see how it plays out there?
I saw part of the live stream. I had to reboot my entire computer, so I didn't catch the whole thing.
Okay, cool. Well, then we can hear you fine, and we will continue down there. So, for those who are just joining us, we're playing a little game called Doctor Who versus the Universe. The Master has taken over the entire universe, the entire world of Geekdom, Netflix, DC, Marvel. Everything is up to place. The Doctor's trying to recruit an army to try to stop the Master, and now when we hear what the panelists have picked as far as the army is concerned, I get to pick not only their doctor, well, they're picking their doctor at random, but we're going to find out what villain they're going to be taking on with the Master out there. Speaking of taking care of things, Dave, I really appreciate the stuff that you did as far as these pictures over here. So I'm going to put you up next, and I'm going to picture of the stuff that Dave was trying to put together, and Mark, you're going to enjoy yours as well. So
I'm excited.
Dave has put this army together, and I'm going to read. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to read them off. Dave, you've selected. I can't pronounce it.
That's awesome.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Ace Harlem, Mandrake the Magician, the EMH1 from the Star Trek Voyager or the Star Trek universe, and Muffin Man. Tell us a little bit about this little selection and why you picked this army from our universe.
You've got to have a balanced party. I'm the gaming guy. You've got to have a balanced party. So we've got Mandrake the Magician, the magic user. He's going to be the one handling those mystic arts, right? You've got Ace Harlem, one of the first black leading characters in comic books, a police detective. So if there's something that needs to be kind of figured out and investigated, there's your guy. Got to have your healer, so the doctor, obviously. Plus, any doctor you put with the doctor, it's going to have some fun back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get that comic relief there.
Especially depending on which doctor you have.
Exactly. Usagi Yojimbo, 35 years worth of, he's one of the last surviving anamorphic comic book characters by Stan Sakai. Most people recognize him from every iteration of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
He pops in. He has nothing to do with them beyond the creators met, got along really well, and have just worked together ever since. So there's been tons of crossovers in basically every medium and everything. He's a samurai that just can't be beaten. He's a leader. He is smart. He is fast. He is that light range fighter. And then you've got Muffin Man. He's a mystery. He's 7-something feet tall. That is almost to scale right there.
Okay, nice.
Nobody knows where this monstrosity came from. He's part of Limitless Comics. We don't know, was he, is he a bio weapon? People saw him like at Pearl Harbor. Wait, what the, they find he normally is seen around Boston.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dead alligator that's been half eaten in the sewers. He's a giant scary tank. So of course you have to have a giant scary tank because balanced party. So you put all of that together and you combine it with the doctor.
So we got to pick a doctor now. Now, is my audio coming okay? I know we had some issues earlier. It's better. Okay, good. I don't know why StreamYard's doing this, but it kind of borked the audio, but it's okay. That's cool. I'm glad it's coming in better. Dave, you got to pick a number between 1 and 16. Do not pick the number that was just, do not pick 7. Pick a number, and this will be the doctor your team will be fighting with.
I'm going to roll.
Oh, you're going to roll. Okay.
There we go. I can't roll that one. First got a 20.
What do we got?
2.
You got a 2. Are you sure you want a 2?
If you're asking me, I'll just say yes.
Your team of very eclectic people will be taking the man with the jelly babies. It's going to be the 4th Doctor.
All right.
It's going to be the 4th Doctor. Now, here's the thing, Dave. You got to roll to let us know what villain you're going to be taking on.
The randomness of destiny.
The randomness of destiny. Here we go. We also have a 3. Okay, so it was a 3-2. Oh my God, are you sure you want to fight these guys?
No,
this is going to be. Well, these guys are a bit lost, I could say. Just a little bit lost, from a land of the lost. They're going to be taking on the Slee Stacks. Yeah. Wow. So, gentlemen, I've got the Dave's Army. I've got the 4th Doctor. They're going to be taking on the Slee Stack. Guys, give us a little bit of tell us a little bit about what you think, how that fight's going to be taken care of. James, come on in too if you want to. We wanted to see, what do you think? 4th Doctor is going to be taking on that army.
This is 70s television Nirvana.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have been just like popcorn and watch the hell out of it. Jeez.
Well, it
Sid
also
Marty Krofft versus
depends if Enoch
Saggy
is
Jimbo,
running the
done.
Slee Stacks too. You know,
What's that, Mike?
you have to depends if Enoch is running the Slee Stacks.
Good point. Good point.
Ooh.
Well, it's just
So-
the BBC got
all
with
the
Sid Marty.
difference.
Yeah, it's the BBC got with Sid Marty Krofft, and they just said, "This is an episode."
Done.
All we needed
All right.
is the guys from Lost Saucer, and we're complete. I think we're good.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
has Big Finish written all over it.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant.
Heck yeah. Oh, Nick Briggs is. Are you? If you're watching, man, just take this down.
You know what? You can
Not
take
only
all
you
this
get
down.
comic voices, you'd get to do Sleesacks. Come on.
I know.
Exactly. It's interesting. Catherine in our group, she actually said the Doctor's taken on the Solarians, so it's not
Yeah.
that much different.
Right.
So Catherine, it says, well, the
Yeah.
Doctor's taking on the Solarian, so not much difference.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's-
I don't think this would be that much of a challenge. You've got a heck of a team to take them out there, Dave. So
The Doctor's used to dealing with these guys, but you got to tell you who's used to dealing with big groups of ninjas, way worse than these guys. He's
Mhm.
used to fighting big groups.
I think, though, the Doctor wouldn't want to hurt them.
He
Would
could
be
he
the thing.
doesn't have to kill them.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm thinking that's where the EMH comes in and figures out something,
science, you put them all to sleep, drugs them,
Put them to
something like
sleep or
that.
something.
You know,
Use
but I mean,
use
I
like a
would probably
bamboo
go
cannon
there.
or something like that. You know, to,
Mushroom Man has to do the tank while they're building the potions and stuff. And then you got Harlem there, doing the whole. He's finding out what really caused all this. He's doing the detective work behind the scenes. Because that's a deep cut on that character. Thank you for bringing him in. So that was great.
I'm a doctor,
No.
not a zookeeper.
Exactly. He'd be trying to figure out what the Master's plan was.
Right,
truthfully.
exactly. Why is the Master bringing these guys in? That would be because there'd be a reason for it.
It definitely
Probably to see if they could attack the Silurians and wake them up. or something.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So we found this other lizard type people in the Earth,
Yeah.
and who's not to say there? Oh, what we got, Catherine? Convince them to go into hibernation again.
Hey.
Okay, I see where this is going. All righty. Well, Dave, good job. Good job, Dave. Now we're going to go to Mark Muncy. Yeah, we want to check out what you got there. Mark, I love this because Mark brought the doctors.
Yes.
And I'm not kidding you when I say he brought the doctors. He brought in the doctors.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can drag and switch me and Mike's flip position or Mark's position. You can
Okay.
physically drag him
If
screen
you
and
want,
put him
yeah,
in.
but no,
Give me a
that's
second. There we
fine.
go.
That's my
There
team.
you go.
There you go. So
I
I'm
went
reading
kinda
this
80s
off.
gold, but with a few other twists. I mean, I was talking. I was like, the Doctor is more brain over brawn. That's the whole point of Doctor Who. Is it doesn't matter the biggest armies. All it takes is the right guy in the right place to stop them, right?
Right.
So I went with a lot of doctors, and so of course we've got Dr. Buckaroo Banzai over there on the right of the screen, right under me, who is nuclear physicist, genius, traveled through a mountain, travels to other dimensions, and a rocket scientist and a musician. So you can't go wrong with Dr. Buckaroo Banzai.
Right.
To handle any paranormal threats, we brought in Dr. Egon Spengler.
Yep.
For any temporal wackiness that the Master might pull, and that the Doctor, that he knows the Doctor's style and tactics, so he'd try something different. He brings in another temporal expert, Dr. Emmett Brown.
Right.
And
Great
for magical interference by a Loki type or something like that, or a trickster of some sort, I immediately thought of Dr. Stephen Strange. I could have went Dr. Fate. I could have went to a couple other doctors, but I'm like, but Dr. Strange is a real doctor. So those guys are titles.
Right.
Real doctor.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have to have a mad scientist. He's not exactly good. He's not exactly bad, but we had to bring in Dr. Farnsworth just because, heck yeah. I mean, when a guy has a line, well, if only we had some kind of doomsday device. And then he pulls up, oh my, yes. And he pulls up a floor and there's like 20 of them. And he's like, I suppose I could part with one and still be feared.
Good news, everybody.
That's the kind of guy you want on a team. And then, of course, House, because he can solve any medical issues that might come up. I'd also put in Dr. McCoy. And I understand he's not on here, but that was my Star Trek link.
No, that's fine. And I'm just like, you know what? I would just watch an episode of Dr. House and Doc Holliday just talking.
Oh yeah,
Just watching
Doc
those
Holliday,
two talk to each other.
in case there's some muscle needed. You know,
Exactly.
So that was my dream team. So let's see who I'm up against, or who they team up with.
Oh, well, actually, well, we'll do it this way because Dave has another dice. Do you want to take a roll of chance, or do you want to pick a number?
I have a die. I can roll it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ooh.
You got 1 through 16.
I have classic dice bag here.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I appreciate
I
that.
roll with Gary die here. All right.
I appreciate the drink that it came from.
How many? 1 through 13.
1 through 16, if possible.
1 through 16. Okay, I'll roll a 20 then. There we go.
There you go.
All right. Oh, hold on. Of course.
Sounds different before this. I do have a D16, just not here.
So
I do too, but it's buried in the bag. I
doubt.
got lucky 13.
Lucky 13.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Well. Okay. I just. Well, no.
Who are my doctors with?
Maybe he could lead them. I don't know, but I could see them having a bit of an argument the whole time out there.
Oh.
So you're taking the 11th Doctor on Matt Smith.
It's only appropriate because Matt Smith wears a bow tie for Dr.
That's right.
Buckaroo Banzai. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, the whole time they're going to be like, "Oh, that's a nice bow tie." They're just going to be complimenting each other.
And Doc Holliday wears a bow tie. This is the bow tie brigade.
This is the bow tie brigade.
I am down.
They're just going to be complimenting each other before they even go to battle.
Banzai and the Doctor wearing also fezzes. So
yes, and swapping Doc Holliday's hat and everything. Man, this is a dream team.
Are we going to war, or are they going to like doing a fashion show? I was just like,
we'll find out in a second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Dave, roll for our villain.
Oh,
6.
6.
Are you sure it's not 9?
Yeah. The dot is at the bottom.
The dot is at the bottom. Oh, wow. This is going to be an interesting fight. I mean, but I'm trying to work into my head about this fight, but this is rather going to be very dark. And when I mean dark, I mean dark.
Oh.
Darth Vader. The Master has summoned Anakin Skywalker himself to take on that army. That is wow. So we've got all the Doctors versus Darth Vader, guys. What's your thought process here? What do you think is going to happen during this fight?
Ouch!
It's so much for that army.
It's Trenzalore all over again.
Oh my god! So you don't think they're going to win?
I think Trenzalore meets Rogue One, and we're going to see a lot of massacring going on. But I think there's going to be some wibbly wobbly timey wimey there. And I think Dr. Farnsworth is going to be the key player in this because he's the one who's going to have something unusual that will work with Dr. Strange. And then they'll use Emmett Brown and Buckaroo Banzai together to cobble together something to defeat the Death Star and to stop him. I mean, it's not going to take him out, but it's going to weaken him. Gotcha. And that's when Holiday is going to show up with some sort of force gun and finish it.
I say the Doctor Strange is going to probably keep the TIE fighters in check and keep them busy there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Spengler will take out any force ghosts that show up.
There you go. Okay, there you go. There you go. You got some force ghosts there going there. And who's going to blow up the Death Star? Which one is it going to be?
Oh, that's got to be Banzai in the rocket car.
Banzai will
Banzai will take out the whole
thing with the rocket car. He'll phase through the Death Star and go straight to the reactor and just phase right on through the other side. So,
yeah, I think Catherine's right. He will just give. I'm sorry, James. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I can see Dr. House keeping Anakin distracted by prattling on about his daddy issues.
Yes,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
And giving him cures for his skin condition and his breathing.
Yeah.
And Holiday just keeps the stormtroopers busy.
Exactly.
Holiday just keeps the stormtroopers. I would watch 2 hours of Doc Holliday shooting stormtroopers. That would be fine with me.
That one, pretty much. That's
the only other Doctor who could show up would be Dr. Indiana Jones at that point because then we're going to combine Lucasfilm there. So,
Too soon. He's got to deal with his son out there.
Yeah,
So.
he'll bring the crystal skull and it'll ruin the whole thing. So
Exactly. And
just
I love
have him hide in the refrigerator. It's okay.
He'll hide in the Death Star's refrigerator. Exactly. Yeah.
There you go. And 11 will, according to Catherine, 11, he will just give his team all jammy Dodgers and they'll fall in line.
Exactly. They'd all be down for that. I don't know.
Gotcha. James, you're up next, but we've got a commercial break. When we continue, this is Doctor Who Takes on the Universe, the Multiverse, I should say. When we continue, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend.
Hi, I'm Claudia Christian with some exciting updates in the Sinclair Method world. First of all, we launched our new coaching page. It's yoursinclairmethod.com, so you can go there and book a session with one of our fabulous coaches. You can also reach that page by visiting c3foundation.org. It's at the top of the landing page of the website. The second piece of news is Journeys is out. Woohoo! This book has been a long time in the making, and it is available in Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local bookstore, and there's a limited amount of signed copies at c3foundation.org. So get your copy of Journeys now and visit the coaching page for some wonderful support. If you're on the Sinclair Method, you can book a session with a variety of different coaches. Take care and be well.
Alien invaders enslave Earth.
Unleashing hunters into the ruin wastes.
One young survivor struggles to elude their monsters, clinging to hope.
When he's stolen off the planet by a sarcastic Starship AI, they pit their uneasy alliance against a treacherous galaxy.
Explore a whole new verse of barbarism and betrayal.
Wonder and adventure.
In the Scion series
by Michael J. Allen.
Beginning with Book 1, Scion Conquered Earth.
Available in print, ebook, and audio on Amazon.com.
Now on Amazon.com, iCoin from author Jeremy Mosby. It's an alternate reality, and the leader of the planet iCoin is none other than Benjamin Franklin. When corrupt officials threaten not only iCoin but the Earth as well, an unlikely chosen one, Jeremy, must face dark foes to save the Earth and iCoin alike. Author Jeremy Mosby takes readers on a superhero's adventure through this compelling and imaginative alternate universe. Get iCoin on Amazon.com today.
Experience Samara's adventure as she imagines the people around her change into friendly cartoon animals right before her eyes. Journey with her in this poetic tale, My Cartoon Imagination at School.
And for those of you joining us on the Wizard World channel, please go ahead and subscribe now, or wait until later, wait until after the show, and then just subscribe over at facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS. I want to personally thank everybody who's joined us. I want to make a big announcement. I can't know the difference between these two, but there's likes and followers. And our followers have exceeded the likes. And I'm being told that the followers are the numbers you're supposed to follow. So at this time, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS has amassed an audience of 50,000 followers.
Wow.
Also, I know, guys, this is a testament to everybody who's worked on the show, who's been here. I want to thank you all for helping us out here. Speaking of helping us out, if you notice our sponsors, you want your stuff, your item, your art, your book, your music, if you want to display it on our show, write to us at sage@thehangwithshow.com or myself. And the rates are really good. And as you can see, and also you can advertise on our Facebook page as well. Go to best person to email Sage, but you can email me as well. Sage@hangingwith, spelled HANGIN with show.com there. And get my head off of this. Also, if you want to,
how many times have I said that?
Yeah, shut up. Also, our friends at the on our Facebook page at the Traveling TARDIS. Go ahead and join our friends. You can also catch a simulcast at wizardworld.com/wizardworld, or you can check out their merchandise at wizardworldvault.com. That's wizardworldvault.com. James, you are up next, and I wasn't able to assemble the pictures right away, so I'm going to do this individually. So, James, tell us a little bit about your army that's going to be helping the Doctor fight off the Master.
Okay, so disclaimer at the beginning, I didn't know. I was thinking it was for the current Doctor. So I was thinking Jodie Whittaker. I was picturing pairings with the 13th Doctor. And now that I've seen what you guys have done, I think my army might be too small. I originally was just saying it'd be cool if the Doctor teamed up with Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter universe. Because a lot of magic, like Tony Stark said, is just science we don't understand yet. And I think having the Doctor being very everything scientific, where there's a reason for stuff, and then having Hermione with all of her magic abilities would be just cool to see them kind of cross paths anyway. But then I added Lady J from the G.I. Joe franchise, voiced by Mary McDonald Lewis, because she's very savvy, she's quick, she's good in a fight, she's smart, she has computer hacking skills, she's an intelligence officer, covert skills, so she'd be great at any kind of infiltration that need to be done, and also if push come to shove, she's ready to, throw some fists. And then I added also Misty Knight, because I kept thinking about Simone Missick in Luke Cage and Daredevil universe and all the Marvel Netflix shows. And with her bionic arm, she's a detective. She's a former policewoman, kind of like Yaz. But she's got that bionic arm. She's smart. She'd be able to figure stuff out very quickly and think through things. I wish I thought I could add more people, but that's what I'm going with for now. So we'll see who we get up against.
A solid team.
Thank you.
We have, we're actually going to do Nisha's pick. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here. She's having some technical issues. But we're going to have Nisha's pick, and you're not going to believe what Nisha picked. And we're going to figure out what her pick is going to be fighting in just a few moments. But James, we've got you. Now you have a choice. You can pick the number, or you can have Dave roll for the number. Which Doctor you're going to be, your army is going to be fighting with?
I'm going to put my trust in Dave and the Wheel of Fate here, and let's see what chance gives us.
Gotcha.
9.
Oh my. Okay. 9. This is going to be an interesting fight, guys. This is going to be an interesting fight. With your team, we're going to be led by the hobo himself, the second Doctor.
Yeah! Oh, awesome.
So the second Doctor is leading your team. Oh, yeah. The
favorite classic Doctor. That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so we got the second Doctor, but Dave, you're going to tell us who his army and the second Doctor will be fighting.
11.
11. Okay. Oh my God. This is going to be an interesting fight. Very interesting fight. That's going to be pretty much a battle across time with a very, very formidable person, the T-1000 from Terminator. Wow. Okay. So, gentlemen, we've got James's pick. We've got I keep on getting her name wrong. Hermione. Is that how you pronounce it?
Hermione.
Hermione. We got everybody. We got James's team up against the T-1000, and the second Doctor is going to be leading that charge. Gentlemen, what do you think there?
It's a slimy Dalek.
Yeah.
He's the cat of Dalek.
I think it's just because he's not made of tinfoil, and that was most of his villains. So, yeah. But, man, Misty's going to shine in this. I think she's the hidden gem of that, because she would go totally toe-to-toe with the T-1000, just using some of that training she's got and all that. Her hand-to-hands are, but she's up there in the top of the Marvel Universe, like right there with Shang-Chi and Iron Fist and all that. So you got that. You got Hermione, doing magic. The T-1000 ain't going to be able to handle that stuff.
That's why I'm wondering if a Petrificus Totalis spell would work on liquid metal. I wonder how that would work.
For a little bit. I think he'd adapt, but that would definitely slow him down. The question would be, what is the T-1000 after? I mean, who are these people? Are they protecting Sarah Connor? Or are they protecting something else?
The Master has recruited the T-1000 to take out the Doctor. Now, we could always put in, other storylines to add to it, but I thought
there's definitely some Skynet tie-in somewhere with this. The Master needs Skynet or something to tie it in with the Daleks or something later on, or Cybermen.
Gotcha.
Oh, man. I'm already picturing this. I pick finish. Another one. Get on it.
I'm just going to have Dave roll dice all day, and we're just going to pick an army, and we're just going to assemble it. And then that'd be actually cool just to just to mix these people up with another doctor and see where they would go out there. Nisha Mulchin. Oh, what's this? He's just
there you go. There's your army.
Oh, there you go. So Nisha Mulchin with Diversity Geek, she could not be here today. She was just having issues, but I'm hoping she's watching because we're going to be doing her hero. And interestingly enough, James, you thought you had a less army. She only picked one.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh.
Right. So Gal Gadot is going to be fighting by herself. And I don't know if she knew the rules because, James, I asked you if you wanted to expand on your army. You did at the last minute. So I don't know if we should just, because I mentioned when we were talking about this too, you can have as big as army, as little as an army as you want, but she just wanted Wonder Woman. Nisha, if you're in the chat, just let me know if you want to add to people, but we're going to go ahead and play with this. Just that was the worst terminology I could say about
I'm going to roll the dice now.
So you're going to go roll the dice now. So,
who's she teaming with?
Well, wait,
20.
Is it
I
for
think we're only going to 16. I came up with 20. You said it was only 16. So
okay.
17. 13. Did we do 13 already?
13.
Yeah, I did 13
already. But you know what? Let's go with the
14.
Let's go with the fates. Well, actually, you know what? Here we go. This is going to be an interesting pair up between these two, and I don't know how it would go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Shut up, you.
I know. So the 12th Doctor and Wonder Woman fighting alone together. But I meant, the Doctor is a one-woman, one-man army there.
And he's got a face from Pompeii. So
Exactly.
Day one. I want day one, Dr. 12. The cranky ass.
Yeah.
The cranky one with
I want the
Oh,
cranky
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if Capaldi will last long if he calls Wonder Woman a pudding brain. But that's not going to go well.
Yeah.
Got the sword from behind her where nobody can figure out where that sword was hiding. So Wonder Woman and the 12th Doctor. Dave, who are they going to be fighting? All for Nisha. Here we go.
14. We rolled 14. Or was that? Oh, we were rolling
for the Doctor. This is for the enemy.
12.
Oh my God! This is going to be a crossover of really just. I could see. You know what? I would pay admission for this movie. I would pay money, real money for this movie.
Uh-oh.
She's taking on Hans. I would pay real money for this to happen.
Wow.
On top of the tower, which I cannot pronounce.
Nakatomi Tower, baby.
Nakatomi Towers doesn't stand a chance.
So,
and I just want to hear Capaldi go yippee-ki-yay.
I can take the line. It's now guitar Capaldi. He'll hit that axe.
Yes.
Drew will look at him like he's an idiot, and then Wonder Woman will just toss him off the tower.
Yeah,
gotcha there.
Pretty much.
He can stay in the TARDIS on this one. I think Wonder Woman's got it. He
Yeah.
can just, fly over Nakatomi Tower to keep the helicopters away and let
lasso Hans and done.
Yeah.
They'll be like machine gunning. She'll just be bouncing the bullets.
Right.
It's over. Nisha's right. Done.
Yeah.
You know what'd be funny? I actually would think of the scene in Dr. Mysterio when the journalist, the girlfriend, and the doctor, that would be the conversation. That would be he would be sitting there eating a sushi. Walking in, and she's going like, "What are you doing here?"
Yep.
She's going, "What are you doing here?"
So
So
he'll know superheroes exist now. So yeah, he's down with it. This will be good.
I am down with this. This is cool there. Folks, we're going to have a commercial break. And if you want to join in and throw some heroes out there, we'll actually put your heroes to the test. We'll select a doctor for you and select the bad guys. When we return, we're going to wrap up Doctor Who versus the Multi-Universe. When we continue, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend.
You have more options than ever before when choosing a film, a television or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show. hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida is leading the way in pop culture fun. From comic books and graphic novels to Funko Pops and collector's items, Famous Faces and Funnies has it all. Rick Shea and the professional team at Famous Faces and Funnies are friendly and knowledgeable. Whether you're looking for toys, props, collector treasures, or a new comic book, Famous Faces and Funnies is your one-stop shop. To find Famous Faces and Funnies on Facebook and Twitter, just type at FFF Comics.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil for the final segment of a very fun activity. Gentlemen, what did you think about that? This is Doctor Who and the versus the Multiverse. What did you guys think about that? Did it open your mind?
Another hour.
Yeah, I was saying we could go on for days. I was just saying we were just talking in the chat there that we were like we completely forgot Lady J on that T1000 battle.
I did say he would just keep him.
Yeah,
he would just
she could totally have used like one of her ice javelins or something to slow him down because she's used that before against a couple of his tanks, I think.
Yeah,
and
explosive ones. It's almost like Hawkeye with his quiver. She's got several different tips on him. So.
And in worst case, she sings the G.I. Joe song in that Cold Slither episode in costume again, and I'm down.
Throw in CoverGirl and Scarlet, and we got a trio there.
Hell yeah, that was the whole reason to watch that show, man. That was great. So, Lady J was awesome.
So we got some time, and folks, if you want to jump in and join us, bring in your little army to see if we can put them to the test. Go for it. But I'm going to mix up just a few. Wait a minute. What do you got, Dave?
I made a list.
Go ahead.
Here's an army. Okay. Bateman. That Christmas wish hump. 13-year-old Sky Monroe.
Yes.
Commander Ivanova.
Yep.
The Scion AI. Benjamin Franklin. The cartoon girl whose name I didn't catch because she just turned anyone into a cartoon.
You just
amateur.
Yeah.
The Animals from Animals Found. Rick Shea in a Punisher shirt. Christian Basil.
Yep.
And the Doctor has to be the Doctor from Velocity because obviously.
Yeah. There you go.
So it would be Crystal. I would follow Crystal anywhere that we would have to go into battle there.
Yeah.
All righty. So our commercials become the you know what? I'm feeling bad for Nisha because she only had the one. So guess what? I'm going to bring up her team just a little bit. I'll add Wonder Woman. I'll add 11.
Oh.
I will add
Hermione. Yeah.
And I will, you know what? Let's make it an all-ladies crew. I'm going to
add
Lady Jane there.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, Dave, let's go ahead and see what our ladies do. I want to see what kind of battle they got. Let's
team up with 13.
with roll for the doctor.
Are they going to be 13 or Crystal? Which doctor?
Yeah, which doctor are they teaming up with?
Let's just pick one. Let's keep it all girls. Which one?
You want to keep it all girls?
Yeah, which doctor?
What number did you roll? What number did you roll? No, just roll a number.
7.
You rolled a 7.
I'll roll it again. So I'll roll it again. So I've got a 15.
15. Okay, I'm going to pick the number that's closest because don't forget, guys, we have more than one woman being the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Joe Martin, doctor.
So we got fugitive doctor with her gun, bringing in the army. So who
are they wiping out in one shot? Who are we getting?
Who are we taking? Who are they taking down?
We already picked. We got that one 5.
5.
5. Uh-oh.
Well, if you're going to have an all-female good guy valley, so you might as well have one woman who could take them on there.
Cruella DeVille.
Cruella DeVille.
Turn them all into little dogs.
The doctor has teamed up with Cruella DeVille.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
He doesn't scare you. No one else will.
Gentlemen, your thoughts on that kind of... you know what? All these things that we've come up with, I would pay ticket price.
Oh man, this is gold,
I would pay
man.
for the IMAX price just to see this little army.
This is Infinity War money, man. These people would make so much money with this.
There you go. So we'll do this. We'll do one more since we're coming up to the end of the show out there. Oh wait, I think we got some people.
What?
Oh, don't forget Cindy Cap. Yes, right.
Yes.
Dave, we got Cindy Cap there.
I got her, the animal. The animal.
Yeah, she was
the animal. Are you talking about a comic book or a show? Well, we're talking about Doctor Who, but we're doing Doctor Who versus the Multiverse. So anything goes if you want to assemble a team. And then we want to say hello to Madison, Wisconsin, Rebecca Kuntz. So welcome there, folks. There.
I mean, the Doctor's been in comics. He's in the Marvel universe because of the DC or because of the Marvel BBC comics from the 70s. He's actually in some of the Marvel encyclopedias. He's been in the DC universe with a crossover. He's been in Boom Studios and Dynamite now, and they've crossed over with everybody, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, all that. They haven't done that with the Doctor yet, but I know that's coming. So it's just a matter of who all do we want to throw in. I'm all for Briscoe County Jr., the Middleman.
Wow.
Throw in obscure characters and do it.
If we're talking DC Comics crossover, I would love to see 12th Doctor with Guy Gardner Green Lantern.
Yes.
Gas levels.
Yes.
Right there.
Well, if we're going to go that bizarre, might as well get Ash and Briscoe County in the same. Oh,
Yes.
Jack of all trades. Get all three of them in there.
Bruce Multiverse. I'm
The
down
Bruce
with that.
Multiverse out there. The reason why, Dave, I was hoping that was a 9 instead of a 6, and I just so happened that they're on opposite sides of each other. This is the villain for what would have been at that moment.
Dark Helmet.
Well, instead of Vader, they would have been taking on Dark Helmet. That is villain number 9 on our.
But they would have lost.
They would have lost. That's true.
He has the shorts. Remember that.
And can the TARDIS even achieve ludicrous speed?
That's true.
Exactly. They've gone to plaid, man.
Exactly there. Well, gentlemen, we're about to wrap up our show. So for one more little stint, each one of you is going to pick one good guy from any universe or anything. So, Mark, for one good guy that you may not have put up over here, who would you pull to help the Doctor? Just one person.
One guy who could beat anything. Captain America.
Captain America. Dave, who are you adding to that?
Just because we went there. Barf!
Barf? Okay. Captain America and Barf. Okay. That's going to be... Okay, James, who are you adding to our fight?
Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
Beta Ray. Okay. Wow. Mike, who are you adding to our final fight?
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, gotcha. All right, Dave, make this as a good one. Which Doctor is this team going to be fighting with?
12.
Well,
The Rowan Atkinson.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. All right, Dave, who's going to be the villain? We got the sixth Doctor leading that army. Got the 4. Okay, who is our villain number 4? Oh, wow. Wow, this is going to be a very interesting fight.
Oh,
We got Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh,
taking
you want
on.
me to tell you how he got his scars?
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Wow.
All
I'd like to
right.
see
Well,
Sixth Doctor and Joker switch outfits. I think that would work
Yep.
either way.
I don't think anyone noticed.
Change clothes. Yeah.
No, Joker just joins in.
Right.
Yeah.
now I did have. You know what? I don't want to put the others out there because I do. Did you guys have a good time? Is this something we should
That
do
was
again?
fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it. I did. I'm going to reveal one villain, and I thought this was. I was hoping this villain would have shown up. I just wanted a reaction. I just wanted to have a good time with this one. But
Oh, the worst one of all.
Carol Baskin.
Baskin.
That would have been an interesting fight. I think she would have won hands down whoever we picked out.
Any of us to pick Chitara, we'd have been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real life Cruella de Vil, just a different type of print.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Well, folks, this is the end of the episode. We hope you had a good time because this was kind of really our beta test. If you enjoyed this and want to participate in some more, we are actually planning to take this particular panel on the road so that you can participate, bring in your own army, and then really have a good alt fight with the doctor out there. Thank you so much for joining us. Please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend. And again, please, folks, stay safe out there. 2021 is got some interesting things going on that, yeah, exactly. So it's almost like proceed with caution when it comes to 2021. Just be very careful out there. So, guys, take care of yourselves wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. Please stay safe. Thank you. And always, always continue to become part of the legend.
Follow all these.
Sorry about that, Mark.
I was going to say, follow all these awesome people. These guys are
All
great.
these awesome people. Yeah, for the folks that are just joining us as the after party, we're just going to hang out just a little bit to talk more about the topic. If you want to join us down there, Carl, what was that? The bait man could have been taken down.
Oh, heck yeah. He's got a point.
So all of our advertisers have become an army down there.
I'm loving it.
So
Jackie's cult might be the one that takes everything out, though.
What's that?
Jackie's cult from Jackie Sonnenberg's book, they'd change sides. They'd join the
What are you doing with our advertisers that are going into the army there? Do you want me to reveal some of the enemies that I've gotten, or you guys want to hold off?
Save
I was
them for
very
next
disappointed
time.
here Mecha Godzilla was not on the list. But
Mega Godzilla was not. No, we had some really interesting people who were not selected, but yeah, I'm going to be recycling out or maybe keeping them and just rearranging them.
Next time we get to pick villains. I want to pick the Masters team next time. So.
You want? Okay.
And then you roll with the doctor they go against.
Oh, okay. That's wow.
I am down with that.
This took me a while to put this game together. I hope you know.
It was great. You did a great job.
It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you guys there. I think
5 or 6 masters so far.
Well, Masterful just came out, and I think
yeah,
there's like 8.
and if you're having
8 of them,
you've got the Mark Gaddis from the alternate universe, and you've got some other stuff too from the.
I got 8-sided die. Just saying.
Hello, hey Willow. Yeah, if you guys who are in the chats, if you want to throw in an army together and we can actually test it out, we'll keep playing the game out there. We haven't gotten through all the villains. We haven't gone through all the doctors either. But yeah, definitely just write up your army and we will put them to the test out there. This has been an interesting... Mike, I want to thank you guys. I think it was Mike, Brian, Melanie, and Mackenzie. You guys did a special episode yesterday about the information that's kind of dropped, and now it just seems to be rolling like a stone down a hill and just picking up. But I have the counter arguments to these things because of what happened to Tanya Roberts, and just saying, we can't believe now the news anymore. I can't, they don't seem to confirm things. And, the Jodie Whittaker departing the show and now Tanya Roberts. I'm like, who can you trust out there?
Well, that's, with our books, it's, regular journalism, it's 3 sources. You need 3 sources to confirm a story. That was up until the 80s with the 24-hour news cycle. And then it became 2 sources is all you need. And that's the problem. Suddenly, everybody's 2 sources because you just get one person to repeat you. It's a second source. And that's the problem. It should go back to 3 sources or it doesn't get reported, but they can't do that. They're so afraid they're going to get scooped.
I was just feeling bad because my friends over at Krypton Radio, they just basically said the same thing they were announcing. But at this point, everybody was saying it, and then all of a sudden, oops! And I'm just like, and then after that dropped, I was thinking about what you guys did, Mike, yesterday. What do you believe out there now? I mean, just like,
well, exactly. You can't. It's hard to believe what they're saying, and like we were joking about it. Who was the source on set, or not even somebody on set? It could have been the person in craft services. Oh, Jodie was in a bad mood or something. She must be quitting the show or something like that. So you just don't know, and that's why I don't trust the Mirror anyway,
Well, but even now, after the mainstream media picked up this information, and it turns out that it wasn't true, and it's just like that is something that would drive a family crazy.
Yeah.
That they would find out from the mainstream media what has happened to somebody in your family, and it wasn't true at all. And even now, I can't even tell you if she's alive or dead.
That was the old was it Abe Vigoda, guy Fitch from the old bar.
We talked about.
Well, he was always dead for 30 years.
Well,
so
and he had a website that Abe Vigoda is not dead. Yeah. He would just check into it every morning and every night. Still here. That's all the post was. and it was amazing. I used to go to that every day just to see.
Is he still with us or not? There's a great picture. There's a great picture of Abe Vigoda actually sitting upright in a coffin, holding a sign, "I'm not dead."
Yep, not there yet.
And the thing is, he still looked the same as he did as in The Godfather. The guy never changed.
I think he was born at the age of 50.
Yes.
Okay, I think Willow is brought in. So they get a poker game with an intellectual Marvel characters: Beast, Hank Pym, Ant-Man, Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, Doctor Strange, and the Doctor. Guys, you want to put this to the test? Dave, you want to
the only thing you got to add is you got to have Ben Grimm dealing, because he's the known guy for poker in the Marvel Universe.
Oh.
There's a famous issue of one of the Hulks where I think it's Rick Jones's bachelor party, and the Hulk is playing, and Wonder Man comes in wearing the sunglasses and things like, "Ain't nobody wearing no cheaters at my game." And then he takes off the glasses, his eyes are all glowing. He's like, "Okay, no, you can leave him on." But it's a great poker game in the Marvel Universe, and I think some of those characters were there for that. So yeah, I could see the Doctor just blending in with that game.
Gotcha, Dave. Let's give Willow a little challenge there. Let's go ahead and roll for which Doctor is going to end up in that. Not only in that poker game, but let's see what the villain's going to be.
Did we do 6 already for the Doctor?
6 for the Doctor. No, did you roll a 6?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we also got the other female.
Oh,
awesome. Poker face, because that face never changes whatsoever. So we got Jodie, we got Ant-Man, we got Beast, we got Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, Doctor Strange, and we've got the 13th Doctor battling.
Got a poker match.
Battling.
But who's the trump card?
Who's the villain there? Dave, give us a roll there. Let's see who's going to be the baddie.
Is it Trump? What?
13. No, we did not. And this is going to be a very, very interesting poker game whatsoever.
Oh. That'd be interesting to see him face Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Aces all over the place.
Oh man, Doctor Strange is like
Voldemort.
He knows 3 spells.
Fun fact: his extra Horcrux was a 10 of clubs, so he's covered, I think.
There you go.
So Willow, you got an interesting fight on your hands over here. You got Voldemort, and you got 13 fighting Voldemort.
I think the thing you're missing here is Mr. Fantastic would just figure out some way to get Voldemort into the negative zone, and or Galactus.
Yeah.
Possible. Call Galactus on speed dial and say, "Hey, I got something you can eat right here."
Yeah, Carl Voldemort becomes the new Herald of Galactus.
Yeah.
I just want you guys are right. I just want to keep playing this game. Maybe we just exhaust every picture
man.
out there.
I think this is a once a month thing you can do. This is a great.
This was the plan. I wanted to.
I think you do one on spaceships. You do one, or just vehicles. that the Doctor has to use to save the day.
Mhm.
Everybody could pick an iconic vehicle. I mean, or a spaceship. Come on. And then you randomize the captain. Like let them each pick a captain, but then randomize it so you get like the Enterprise with Captain Mal Reynolds, or something like that. That would be a fun way to go with this.
If you do this again, I'm going to have an all pet and sidekick crew led by
Yes!
K9. Led by K9. So.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I was trying to do the original game, which we did in October, was we did with monsters, and I said, I don't want monsters that were in Doctor Who. I wanted monsters that were outside, how they would take them. And then it kind of evolved that we could pick our own doctors out. And I said, well, we got to make them random. So, there would be random doctors that would come up over here. But the one doctor that was fun, I don't know if you guys remember, the one doctor that nobody expected, I think they were, somebody correct me and tell me if I'm wrong. I'm hoping Melanie may be listening or something like that. But the one doctor that you didn't see coming, wait a minute, I just want to see this chat. Okay, no, it's fine. The one doctor that nobody saw coming, and I think it was, I think it was Dracula or something. Not Dracula, but something similar to it. We brought in this doctor.
Yes.
Oh,
done. Dracula's dead.
It's perfect. Dracula doesn't stand a chance.
Yep.
So we were throwing random doctors out there, and it was just like, you know what, we got all these doctors, let's throw them out there. And we were just, they would bring up the monster, and then we say, okay, this is the doctor who's fighting. And I was just like, my goodness. I'm like, all these things I would like pay money to see in a theater, going like,
So
let's.
Does Peter Cushing's doctor carry a sonic stake?
He should.
In case he meets a vampire, just how that would work.
They were trying to make a more Cater mask because they were really going for the Hammer vibe with that one. So,
oh my goodness!
But no, that would have been good. Yeah, that was another one I was going to add was Dr. Cater mask, but I realized no, he's just Professor Cater mask, so that didn't work.
I wanted to go kind of obscure, at least obscure for most of the people watching, and do an all Canadian team.
That'd have been good.
Nelvana of the North, the first female superhero before Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Both multiple versions of Guardian because they wear the same outfit as Captain Canuck.
Yep.
I could throw in Wolverine if I wanted. Superman is technically Canadian. Yeah, there's a stamp. I actually wanted to go get. There was a series of stamps that was made a number of years. I just wanted to get that as my image.
And if you're doing Canadian superheroes, we have to include Rick Moranis as well.
I was going to say, you got to do Bob and Doug McKenzie as the McKenzie brothers. You got to throw them in there for some reason. So just aren't they your natural heroes?
They could just burp on everybody. It'd be awesome.
And then Ryan Reynolds as himself.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me check the chats out over here. There, Carl Witzman, maybe true historical personality.
See, I almost went that route instead of doctors. I was going to League of Extraordinary Gentlemen it and get like Teddy Roosevelt and and do the big the Bill and Ted style where they grab the famous historical dudes. Yeah.
Let's get Abraham Lincoln, and not the real Abraham Lincoln, the vampire killer hunter person out there. You know what?
You could just do all the Abraham Lincolns.
There you
go. The one from Star Trek. You could get the one from Futurama.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert! The
Bill and
end
Ted.
of Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You know what? Willow brought in a character, and I'm going to add to her character. So, Dave, get the dice ready. I want to do this one.
Okay.
Willow says Deadpool.
Yeah.
I'm going to not only add that, but it's going to be both Ryan Reynolds. I'm adding the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern into that.
Also, Detective Pikachu.
Okay, Detective Pikachu. Okay, let's throw them in there. Okay.
All the Ryans.
Hey, which doctor are they fighting with?
10. Did we do 10?
10. Wow. Okay. This really changes the parameter thing. So, the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, the Ryan Reynolds Pikachu, and Green Lantern are going to go to war. When I mean war, they're literally going to go to war.
Yes!
They are going with the War Doctor. I love this. I'm. You know what? We're going to play this all day. I'm just going to be. So, who's the villain there, Dave? Who are they fighting with?
14.
14. Okay. I would pay I would pay money. I could see this. I can see this happening. Yep.
It is Trump.
Yeah. Griff. Awesome.
Maybe taking on Biff Tannen.
That's Griff.
That's Griff.
That's Biff's grandson, Griff.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Wow. I'm sure the others would be involved. The whole Tannen family.
The whole Tannen family?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it would have to be. There would be timey-wimey shenanigans.
Including Mad Dog.
Yeah. Oh, Mad Dog. Yeah.
Oh, Mad Dog Tanner. Don't call me Mad Dog. I hate it when they call me Mad Dog.
It's just a sign over there. So who are we missing? Who should be part of this? I mean, what should we do? I've been thinking of more games and stuff like this, but this one was supposed to be like the big one. Because
you could go with this for crazy. I mean, I'm just sitting there going, okay, so Buffy and Xena, and I'm picturing all the great genre shows, and I'm like, man, you could just have so much fun with that.
I got as many pictures.
Throw them up against some of those villains. I'd love to see the Doctor fight Ares, from Xena, or have the Doctor teaming up with Giles to just do very gentlemanly investigation of something paranormal. That would be fantastic.
That would be. Oh my god! I mean, we could
add
Remington
Steele to that.
Yeah, Remington Steele. Let's go, man. Do you ever want to feel old? Ask somebody, hey, do you remember Remington Steele? And they'll all go, what?
Before James Bond.
Yeah.
James Bond light. That's
exactly.
Oh, you really want? You pulled up old Harlem. I was thinking I was going to go old school radio villains or heroes. I was going to do the Shadow and Johnny Dollar, and because I've been listening to a lot of old time radio, and I was the Spider, and I was like, oh yeah, there we go.
Green Hornet to it.
Green Hornet. Yep.
So what hell of an expense report.
But it would be Johnny Dollar's expense report would be the best. The whole point would tie it all together at the end.
So wait a minute, Willow, you want Lex Luthor and the Green? Is this part of the game, or do you want them to team up with the Doctor take down the? Okay, so this is going to be an interesting twist.
They both worked for the good guys.
Two bad guys.
Yeah,
they both been good guys.
Well, Green Goblin was Iron Patriot at the time.
Yeah, for a bit. Yeah, he was still a bad guy, but he was pretending to be good.
Yes.
Teaming up in just a recent issue, he teamed up with Peter Parker to stop the inmates escaping from Ravencroft.
Yeah.
So,
okay, Dave, which Doctor are they fighting with? I guess. Jeez.
Number one.
If we're going to have a Doctor to keep those two in check, or those three in check, I would think he's the only person that could do it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. Alex.
Yes.
He would be perfect to keep them both in check there. So
now it's got to be Steve, Christopher Reeve's era Lex Luthor there. So because we need Gene Hackman to team up with him. So yes. But so keep Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, yeah.
Okay. So we got
those three actors together. Man, that's gold.
We got 10. Oh god. Well, we already picked 10, but I'm going to No, you're fine. Well, if you want to roll again, go ahead. 2. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? They might even take him out.
Oh.
This is the Infinity Gauntlet, because the picture has the Infinity Gauntlet. So
yes.
So
these would be the guys you would need.
Oh, you know what? These are the only 3 remaining people.
Yeah.
He snaps his fingers, and those 3 are left.
Yep. They can handle it.
Somehow they managed to replace each gem with a pumpkin bomb. It's doesn't work. Boom.
Oh my goodness! You know what? We can play this all night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go too. So
yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go, folks. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we'll end this just a little bit early there because we're gonna have dinner very shortly. But for all of our friends over on Facebook at the Wizard World, please give us a like. We are now again 50,000 followers, and we're trying to get our likes up to 50,000 subscribers. So that would be a cool thing. This is a nice way to begin the year. So I want to thank all of our friends who have joined us recently, all those folks who've started from day one to all the way up until the 50,000th person. Thank you so much. Everybody from Wizard World, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And guys, again, please stay safe out there. We're going to go ahead and end the show. Any last minute things or words, gentlemen, before we go ahead and end the show tonight?
It was a blast. Follow everybody and like everybody too, because these guys do some amazing shows as well. So.
Right. Dave at therathole.ca for our friends in Canada. Or if you're just here in the States, you can also pull it up the website up there. Mike.
It does work on the web, yeah.
It does.
Yeah. It does.
I have tuned in.
Okay. Definitely follow Mark Muncy at Erie, Florida for all your paranormal investigations and in some cases eliminations. Tracking down everything in Florida and beyond there. And Mike Faber,
Erie, Appalachia later this year. So.
There you go.
Awesome.
Mike Faber with the ESO Network. Check him out there. He does also reviews of Doctor Who with his podcast, as well as other geekdoms out there. Thank you, folks, for joining us out there. And fun show. Congrats, Christian. Thank you. Yeah. Well, we can't do this without you. I mean, they always say that on the show, but literally, we can't do this without you. So, everybody, please take care of yourselves. Thank you so much, and become part of the legend.